Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome to the first episode of Where in the World. And of course, as you've already established, we have taken over as manager of Belgrano in the Argentinian Premier Division. And I hope you enjoyed that little fun fact right at the beginning of the episode. I expect to see a lot more of those as the series progresses. So, lots of fun things happened during the preseason. Well, actually, I lied. Not many fun things happening. However, unbeaten, so that's a pretty cool thing. However, we did actually play a lot of teams that are amateur or semi-professional teams. So, I mean, I played in a really unusual time. I played it at 9 o'clock in the morning. That is very bizarre to see friendly matches played at 9 o'clock in the morning. Just one of the many weird things, no doubt, that we will be seeing on our journeys. So, going into today's game and today's episode, we're up against Tigre, but I wanted to introduce you a little bit about the club and a little about the Argentinian Premier Division. We didn't even go much over that in the previous episode, so we're going to do a little bit of that today. So, the Argentinian Premier Division, if you didn't know, is set up as 28 teams, and we only play each other once, believe it or not. So there's only 27 games for the season, which is kind of unusual. However, I did learn something pretty interesting about it. Essentially, the team with, and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but the team that has the worst average of points over 3 seasons is relegated into the second division, which obviously makes promotion and relegation kind of weird. So yeah, I'm there. I'm not fully understanding yet how it works, but essentially the worst averages over 3 seasons are automatically relegated. So, looking at the Argentinian Premier Division, apart from that really weird and interesting formatting, basically you're going to see a lot of recognizable faces here, likes of Boca Juniors, obviously, world-renowned quality clubs, who has Independiente, Newell's, Old Boys, River Plate, Racing Club. I mean, they're just brim full of rich clubs and rich history that is known throughout the globe. So, I don't know anything about Belgrano, to be honest with you, but apparently they've got a pretty decent history. I mean, not terrible. They've always been there and thereabouts. If we take a look at the records, most time winners, River Plate, of course, they won it 35 times. Most points in the season was Independiente in 87-88. Most wins in a season, River Plate, 23 wins in a season. Biggest win was 13-1. San Lorenzo, most won games in a row, 13. Most goals in Hector Scotta apparently scored 60 goals once in 1975-76 season. The youngest player apparently was Sergio Aguero. I wonder who he is. Never heard of him before. Played when he was 15 years old and 34 days for Independiente against San Lorenzo. So yeah, all these are cool, fun facts. I'm sure we'll come over a lot more as the season progresses. So going into the season itself, this is where we are predicted to finish. Basically dead on mid-table. And the league itself, I've noticed, it is chock full of talent. From the very youngest to the very top. I can't say for every Premier Division team, but most Premier Division teams are stacked full of quality talent. I mean, this is our first team. As you can see, it's majority 3-star, 3.5-star, 4-star potential players. And even if you look at our reserve squad, this is our reserve squad. These players I've tried to bring back on loan, but I can't recall them. Disappointing, really, because this guy looks really good. Fernando Marquez, 29 years old. He's on loan for the season. He's listed as a complete forward. I love a good complete forward, and this guy definitely fits the bill. He's only valued at 1.4 million. And as well as being stocked full of talent, there's also the cheap. They're really cheap. I mean, I'm not used to seeing this quality of player for this low of price. I'm not sure if it's kind of a cultural thing. I'm getting used to coming from playing a lot of European football where everything's overpriced and you're paying fucking £35 million to Andy Carroll. Shout out to Liverpool on that one. Or it's just very different for me. Even if you look at the key players in this league, the top players only value at 5.25 million, which is very unusual for a high quality Premier Division top team. Like, okay, so Edwin Cardona, 24 years old, Colombian international player, and as you can see, super talented, could definitely fit in the Premier League straight away, and he's only valued at 5.25 million. There are bargains to be had in this league. Speaking of, if you look at our squad, now we have a lot of really good players. I didn't make any signings during preseason because A, I'm still looking around for talent, and B, we don't have any money. We are not exactly wealthy or well off. We don't really have a transfer budget, so to speak, of 275,000, and we're actually above wage budget. I'm trying to reduce it by getting rid of some players if possible. Haven't found any suitors yet, but maybe that'll be fixed. We'll try and fix that over time. Even though the transfer window has actually closed, maybe we can work out some kind of deals in and around. So I'm still getting used to the whole system here in Argentina. So anyway, let's start with the squad real quick. We didn't really do it too much into detail. What we're going to do actually, instead of going through every single individual player, let's go through my first team. So if we go to team report, we'll do squad depth. We'll do it this way. I've decided to go for 4-2-3-1 with 2 defensive midfielders just because the majority of our players could play that role, and it just looks very well balanced between attack and defense. Let the attacking players have a bit more creativity, a bit more fluidity, and at the back, just focus on defending. So, anyway, first choice goalkeeper, Lucas Acosta, 22-year-old, one fan at £1.2 million, exceptionally good young keeper, 22 years old, had a really good preseason, very, very solid stuff from him. At right back, this person's going to be up for grab a little bit. Sebastian Luna right now is competing alongside Hanzo Riaz. Again, big hands up. I do apologize if I butcher any single name in this playthrough. Obviously, I do apologize for that. Anyway, he's more of a centre half. He's a Peruvian international player, but he can is definitely really good at the current role that I'm looking to play at, which is a fullback on support. And I'm also on the left side, I'm actually looking fullback attack because I have an inside forward ahead, and I'll explain this in a few minutes. I got this player on loan from Defensa Justica. I think that's how you pronounce it. Again, don't mark this video based on pronunciations because it's ended up badly for me. Anyway, very, very good left back. Very, very talented player. Stamina 16. Very good at gapping on the wing. Haven't played in the attack role right now, even though his primary role is a defensive fullback. He's done very well bombing forward to support the attacking 4 players. At the centre half, this is where I probably at our strongest. As you can see, we have 4 players that are top-notch centre halves. First of all, Christian Lima. He is currently out, however. He's out for 3 to 6 weeks of broken ribs, as you can see down here. I'll go over injuries in a second. That's some kind of weird bug I'll talk about. Anyway, the super valuable player, £1.2 million, only earning $3,000 a week. Very talented centre half. Pace could do a bit of work. 27 years old. Strength 15, jumping reach 15, 6'3", good heading ability, good tackling. Positioning is excellent. He's just a very well-rounded centre half. Probably part next to Eric Godai, who's on loan from Tigre, who are actually playing today. He's unavailable because we are playing them, but normally he would be in the first team. Also, he's returned to injuries, pulled knee ligaments 1 to 2 days away. But again, another very talented centre half, 24 years old, 1.4 million. Again, I can't stress how many bargains there are in this league. Pierre Barros is probably going to fill it in today for the 2 players that are injured. In centre half, can also play right back as well. And let me see who else is here. Hanzo Reyes, we went over him already. So in the holding midfield role, Federico Rotora is the obvious standout candidate here. Ball midfielder, plays in the deep role. I'm actually going to have him as a defensive midfielder for right now because it kind of fits the more style and shape. Again, 1.5 million, very talented. Mentally, very, very gifted. Technically, not so much. Physically, he's so-so. But then again, a very, very solid overall midfielder. And he part next to Jorge Ortiz, who had a really good preseason, 33 years old now, getting a little bit on, but creativity-wise, he is an exceptionally creative talent, so I'm looking to get the most out of him. In attacking roles, we got Joel Amoroso on loan from Newell's, valued at £2 million. He's probably one of the highest value players in the squad at 29 years old. Just very much an out-and-out winger, using him to for width. As you can see, he got 3 assists in 5 appearances in the friendlies. Had a really nice preseason. In the hole behind the striker, Juan Bruneta, 20 years old. This guy is superb for his age. 20 years old, and look at his mental attributes already. They are through the roof. Technical ability, as you can see, very good as well. Physical, you can do a bit of work, but that will definitely improve over time. Left midfield, Matías Suarez, the captain of the club. Now, I wondered where I recognize this name from. He used to play for Anderlecht. That's how I recognize him. Talented player, going to play as an inside forward. Very talented. I mean, he can get goals, he can get assists. He's just very, very well-rounded. And he can play anywhere across the midfield, attacking midfield, and obviously up top as well if needed. Speaking of up top, Two players, we have a Tigre man, Tobias Figueroa, 6'3", very, very strong, not very quick, but he's a good finisher, 16 with a composure of 12, and I'm actually going to lead the line today with Epifamio Garcia, who's on loan from Paraguayan team Guarani, I think I need to pronounce it. Just an advanced forward, someone to play a little bit of pocket to space up top by his movement, had a good preseason, got myself 3 goals in 6 starts. So, with that in mind, this video has almost gone 10 minutes and we haven't even done any action yet. Speak about the medical injuries for a second. Look, I've got 22 players on risk assessment right now, and at one point I had 12 players who were injured, which is unbelievable. I definitely think there's a bug in the game. I think it will be fixed in upcoming weeks, but we'll have to see what happens there. So, going into today's game, obviously, as I mentioned, we are playing a 4-2-3-1. We have this big gap in midfield here. Not too worried about it. Didn't really impact us in the preseason, and I'm thinking it's not going to impact us too badly in the game today. So, Tigre, obviously, our team that's very, very well known in Argentina and actually parts of America too. I remember playing leisure leagues with a team that has a Tigre shirts, which, by the way, I might be looking for a Belgrano shirt. I thought we're interested in collect shirts from the teams I go to. Thought that might be a little bit of fun. But anyway, let's jump straight into the action today. Obviously, the first game of the season. This will be a 1-episode video today. One episode video. Sorry, there'll be a 1-game episode today, and then in future ones there'll probably be multiple, 2, perhaps 3, again, because this will only be a weekend video, so new video every Saturday and Sunday will be this safe. So anyway, enough rambling. We're going up against Tigre today, so at the moment things are pretty balanced actually. The media doesn't know which way to go. Yeah, that's really about it. Let's jump straight into the action. This is the team we're going with today. Acosta's going to start in goal, Royas at right back, Romero and Barros through the middle, Benitez on the left flank, left fullback position, with La Torre as the defensive midfielder, Jorge Ortiz as the deep line playmaker, Amoruso, Brunetta, Suarez, and then Garcia is going to be leading the line. And I have plenty of players on the bench. As you can see, lots of quality in this team, and we're missing 3 key players as well, with Godai, Lima, and Quiroga, who is out injured. So, all right, let's get this game going. The highlight system is currently set on key, and it's on TV highlights. Again, I love, by the way, how this looks. So yeah, I mean, let's go straight to the dressing room. Let's give these guys these first team talk. So, let's see, how should I do this? I'm also starting to question as well if a language barrier is an issue, because obviously, my manager is set up as English, and he obviously doesn't know any Spanish. So I'm wondering if this is going to impact it at all. So I'm going to say go out there and impress me. One player looked happy with it. It's obviously said in a very positive light, because they seem happy with what I said, even if they didn't really understand a word I said. Again, it's kind of cool. Football's a universal language. As long as you're screaming it loud enough and passionately enough, you get the boys behind you. But anyway, let's get into today's game. Obviously, we are playing in white. Tigre are playing in blue. And let's get a win. Let's start off this save with a win. Here's a chance now. Brunetta from the free kick. He whips it in. Oh, fuck. I forgot to set up set pieces. My fault. All right, here's Ortiz to Suarez. Brunetta gets in there. One Brunetta for Matias Suarez. Gets the first goal of the series. One Brunetta will go down in where in the world history in folklore. So pull it back. Suarez lays it across, and Brunetta smashes it home. So I noticed as well there's been a few graphical updates since Football Manager started to release a little bit more updates and things like that, and it's actually looking really nice now. It's actually looking much better than I first played it just over a week ago. So anyway, here's Brunetta, maybe looking to add to the scoreline here. Amoruso to Ortiz. Ortiz plays it up wide. Here's Suarez. Suarez tucks inside to La Torre. La Torre to Brunetta. He's got the run of Amoruso. He can find him. He does. He pulls it back, and there's Suarez. 2-0, easy as they come. I tell you what, this Argentine Premier League stuff, too easy. Haven't got to worry about it. Great football there. Beautiful build-up play. Patient play. Keeping the ball. Amoruso cross to the back post, and Suarez get himself a goal to go along with his assist. Alright, so we got some bad news. We got ourselves our first injury of the season now. Benitez went down. Don't know what from. So let's bring on Luna. He's a natural replacement at left back. Not really an attacking left back. Pretty much always right-footed only. Yeah, and he's primarily a winger too. So yeah, he's going to have to do a job for us today. I may switch back to support just for now. Just because he's not really natural at that role. I don't want to push him too far up the field and get out of position. Alright, so halftime here at Tigre, and winning 2-0, so things are going very well for us. Team analysis looking good, match stats looking good in our favour too. Let's go to the dressing room and let's get these guys a little bit of a team talk. I'm going to say I'm very happy the way things are going. Keep it up, lads, but I'm going to do it in a passionate manner because that's what I'm good at. So, only one person reacted positively, so yay, Sebastian Luna. He's a fan of me. Good, good. Alright, so let's go back to the game. Later on, I will go over tactics and what tactics I'm using. I'm going to try and do a different tactic for every nation. Again, just to broaden my tactical horizons as well. I figured by playing in Argentina, I know you guys love, Argentinians love the passing style of football, the beautiful football. So I plan to try and build a system around that. And I feel like I've done that. Every ball I've seen so far has been short to the feet, very slow tempo, build-up play, very attractive football. And that's what my aim is for Belgrano. Alright, so here's Latorre. Back to Amoruso. Got the assist on the second goal. Here's Ortez to Amoruso. Plays it to Brunetta, and that was a great opportunity to make it 3-0 and kill the game for good. I'm always a little nervous when it's 2-0. I'm not going to lie, I've seen plenty of Football Manager to understand that 2-0 means absolutely nothing. Here's a question for you as well. You see those burger vans? Obviously not burger vans. There might be burger vans. Let me know. What do you think those are? What do you think they sell in those vans? Do you think it's burgers? Do you think it's some kind of Argentinian dish that I'm unaware of? If you've got any Argentinian fans in the audience, please let me know. What do they sell at football grounds? That might be an interesting little topic to talk about on the side. Let's make a quick change as well. 73 minutes in. Let's freshen some legs up out there. Brunetta is struggling a little bit, 69%. I could switch to my alternate tactic, which pushes 2 players up top. There's an idea. I'm able to put Suarez, and I'll put Suarez in the hole. He can make advance forward, that's fine. And then instead of Brunetta, we have Bandera, who can play as an inside forward as a natural position as well. So we're very, very, very well, got lots of depth. That's what I'm trying to say. Plenty of depth in the team. Pleasing stuff. And I'm very excited so far by how this squad looks. I was really pleasantly surprised of how good our squad was, really. That's why I haven't made any signings, to be honest. I don't feel like the need to really sign any major players. And at some point, I will talk about some players I do find. If I see like a wonder kid or see someone of interest, I'll definitely include that in future videos. Alright, so the game is pretty much done here. Here's a corner kick in extra time, and the ball is easily cleared. And maybe a late chance for Tigre to get something out of the game. Orihilo, that's an interesting slide challenge. He crossed the ball, then goes harmlessly behind for a goal kick. So there it is. Full-time whistle has blown. We start off this series with a positive note, with a win, and a very, very comfortable win at that. 50-50 possession. We had more shots than they did. We just basically took our chances. So very pleasing stuff. The only down part really is that we lost Marcelo Benitez. We'll have to see how injured he is. Talk to the team. I'm going to say I'm happy the way that you played. Some positive, some thumbs up. Honestly, the squad is kind of 50-50 on me right now as a person, as a personality. But again, a lot of this new squad dynamic stuff is new to me, so that's going to have to, I'm going to take some time getting used to that. But anyway, very, very pleasing stuff, getting off to win. We currently now sit top of the Argentine Primera Division. You can put it in the books. There we are, top of the division. Best team out of 28. You can mark it. You can put a pen next to it. But anyway, good performance. Very happy with that. Check out Benitez. He twisted ankle. It shouldn't be out for too long. That feels like an injury that's not going to be out for too long. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed this first video for Where in the World. As I said, there will be updates every Saturday and Sunday, which means I'm not gonna pick a team. We're just gonna, obviously we only play each other once, so I'm gonna try and highlight perhaps playing the big teams like Independiente, maybe Barca, etc. I'm gonna try and cater to those fans, obviously, because I'm sure a lot of you out there are interested to see Independiente and Barca and stuff like that. Anyway, I mean, a lot of these clubs I can't even pronounce, so I'm not even going to play them. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this first video. Any comments below? Anything you want to know about the Argentine Premier League, please let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like on it. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please remember to hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.